Howdy folks, welcome to Maverick Gunworks channel. Today I'm going to talk about the Escort DF 12 VTS version, semi-automatic tactical type shotgun. We'll go through some of the features first that stand out as far as the gun itself. We have a carry handle on top, makes it cool for traveling, and along with the carry handle we have an adjustable rear peep sight, and it is adjustable windage wise and then elevation also. And we have an adjustable front sight. It's very similar to an AR type front sight with wings on both sides to help protect it. Along with the front sight, you have also, as an option, it comes in, all this stuff comes in the box, guys. Kind of really surprised me. You can take off the front sight that's on it now and replace it with a flip up front sight, Magpul style flip up sight. Pop it, see there? That's replaceable. Also comes with your adjustable adjustment key rather, so you can push down on it and be able to turn it up and down. You can also remove your carry handle and replace your rear sight with a flip up sight that also has adjustable for windage and elevation, and windage in this case, and also has a smaller and a larger hole for your peep sight on the back. Okay. And also with that you have, let's see, 2 5-round box magazines. There's one that's in the gun now. And also a feature of the gun, you have ambidextrous controls for your magazine release. We have a button on the right hand side here, typical for right hand people probably, but also on the left side of the gun there's another button here that you can push forward and also take the magazine out. Right. So you have 2 5-round magazines that goes with that gun. And other than that, we have an option for screw-in chokes. All right, you see with the gun here, we have the flash hider type chokes that's on it now, but we can screw this out. It gives you a barrel extension there too, just a little bit longer for it. It's probably 1.5 to 2 inches sticking out of it. But you can screw that out, replace that with the 2 other chokes that come in the box with it. Here we've got, take a quick look at what those are. This is a full choke, all right, full choke pattern. The one we took out is a cylinder, open cylinder bore. So we have a full choke, and we also have improved cylinder. Okay. So you have 3 options on choke tubes for this thing. And there's a lot more than that. I'm sure you could get fine-tuned if you wanted to. Other than that, we also have a forward grip that comes with the gun. So you can mount it on your Picatinny rail. It's on the bottom of your rail, your forward grip. Also comes with a front post grip that also contains a bipod inside. A lot of time on that. Anyway, it's in the box with it, all right. Okay, as far as the features of the gun now, let's get on here. We have the charging handle that can be pulled out. Pop that out, you can put it on right side or left side. Okay, just quick enough to snap it in and out. Catch a slot there. Where is it? There it goes. Now it's got a left hand side charging handle for left hand folks, if you prefer that way. All right, also have a full length Picatinny rail on the bottom. You have Picatinny options on both sides of your rail and also on the top. Gives you some places to be able to install different options as far as lighting or lasers, that kind of thing. Also, standard on the gun are 2 mounts to be able to position your sling to carry the gun with. These are all steel brackets here. This is all aluminum chassis, aluminum frame. Adjustable riser for your cheek rest. You can loosen the screw back here, okay, and be able to pull your cheek piece up if you needed to. And if you had a different optic up here, you'd be able to set the cheek rest to your preferred height. All right, you got an option on that one. And with that being said, let's go ahead and see what it takes to take this booger apart and clean it. How about that? All right, I'm going to remove my charging handle. All right, take the bolt out of that, charging handle out. It's made a lot like an AR-15 is, okay? So, and that being the case also, I didn't mention the safety also on, up around here maybe, on the left side of the frame is also in a position where it's just like, works just like an AR rifle does. Okay. Now, that being the case, let's take and pop these two pins out right here on the bottom of the receiver. From right to left. Push that out. I'll pull it out from the left side. Pull this one out to the left side. And sometimes it works to have access to a brass punch to help you get those pins out. So that works good. Push that pin out. And you should be able to pull the bottom off the receiver, just like that. Now you have easy access to your trigger group. It makes it easy to clean. Also, you look at this feature in that, as far as recoil assistance, to be able to control the gun, you've got, other than the muzzle brake that's on the screw-in choke, this has a buffer tube and spring, very similar again to the way the AR-15 rifle is built. So it will help minimize recoil for you. And you can have easy access to your trigger guard, or trigger group rather. Be able to spray your solvent in here, clean it out, hopefully blow it out with air hose, and put a couple drops of lubricant back into the pivot points. All right, let's set this off to the side for a second. And I didn't mention either that also in the box comes with this thing is a neat little wrench. This is your choke tube wrench and also your barrel removal wrench, and we're going to show you that shortly. We'll work up to that point here. Alrighty, to get the rest of the barrel and receiver apart, you can see without the receiver on it, your bolt assembly now is free floating. So from here, actually, you could just spray some solvent in here if you wanted to, and be able to clean 90% of this out. Probably without even have to take anything else apart. But we're going to show you just right quick how simple it would be to go ahead and take the rest of the stuff off of it and clean the gas system, because this is a gas operated gun. All right, we're going to remove our barrel nut as it is. You see the little notches on here that fits onto a detent on your barrel shroud, so it's barrel shroud rather, so that you can lock it in position and hopefully it will not vibrate loose until you mean for it to come off manually. With that shroud off, we can pull our forearm rail off the gun, and it's a fairly well-made piece actually. The attachments are, a couple of attachments here are plastic, but other than that, it's a nice aluminum piece here. Set it off to the side right now. Now to the heart of the matter, our gas system. Here we have our gas piston and seal here. To take this apart, clean it, because you will need to clean this occasionally, because your gas hose here will get carboned up. Okay? So we're going to remove the locking nut from our piston assembly, and be careful when you take this thing off. Pay attention to the order in which they go back in. If you watch when you move your gas piston assembly now move it down a little bit, there's going to be a key right there. So there's a couple of keys that fell out. Here we go. And they will have to go back in just right for the gun to go back together. If you look at these, they have a notch on one side of it. That notch, when you put the gun back together, will face the receiver. All right. Now with that done, we can pull our piston assembly off. And here again, keep in mind, your threaded part goes toward the muzzle. Your ring seal will go toward the receiver. And with, again, part of our piston assembly, there's our sleeve. We can pull this action piece out of the way now. And there you go. That's as far as most people would ever want to go with it anyway. Maybe even further than some folks feel comfortable with. But that being the case, you can always now use your solvent into the holes here for your gas port. Solvent down your barrel. Let it set for a little while. Come back with a Q-tip, possibly even a what's it called, pipe cleaner type thing, to go inside this hose. Make sure you clean the carbon out of that, and then wipe it out with a good dry cloth. And make sure you follow it up with light lubrication, preferably synthetic oil, synthetic gun oil of some sort. That's what my preferred choice is. And now back to this wrench. This is your choke tube wrench and also your barrel wrench. On the barrel we have a collar, locking collar or nut, where it has notches on it. You can use this wrench to grab that notch. There's a spanner wrench, turn it to get it loose, and go ahead and take that off if you wanted to. Pull your barrel out and be able to pull the barrel out and get the barrel off of it. Pull your bolt out forward, and you can clean every piece of it really, really well. Let's say for the lack of time, I'm not going to go through all those details, but it's pretty much that simple, guys. It really is a simple process to be able to keep the thing clean and running well like it should. And it don't have to be really tight here. You put your spanner wrench into the slot, snug it down. You can hear the clicking. It has again a detent ball that catches on the teeth on your on the barrel nut, and it will keep it from vibrating a little bit. Just snug it down, you'll be good to go. Alrighty, this should be it. Now we're going to go back and put, you know what, this is going to be a good learning curve for us. My bolt is not going forward. Okay, let's take it back loose again. Did I do something wrong? Or is there an exact fit where this barrel wants to sit? There we go. So we just learned something. It's best to pull the bolt forward to make sure your barrel is engaged like it should be. That's more like it. Now it works like it's supposed to. Okay. Alrighty, now let's go back together with it. Okay, here we go. Make sure our forks are positioned on the bottom of the receiver. Lock it into place right here. We're going to put our piston and ring assembly back on after we have cleaned and lubricated around our gas system. Now our locking collars that will fit into the slot on the barrel right there, guys. Remember, your notch is facing the receiver. Drop that back down in place. Okay. Bring the other one over and made it to the opposite side. Yeah, get back here. Alrighty. Here we go. We want to hold those in place. I'm going to pull my piston assembly over the top edge of those keys so they stay in place. Push it forward. Now they're held in place. We're going to put our locking nut back down on it. Finger tight, that's all you got to do. Alright, there we go. Now we can go back with our 4-arm rail system. Slide that jewel back over there and get it just right. Okay. Slide it back on just right. And be cautious of not damaging the front of the barrel here, especially without a magazine, or especially without a screw and choke in it. You don't want to dent, because it's where this choke screw in at, it's going to be really thin on the end here. So be cautious about that. Now we've got this on. We've got our barrel shroud. It's back over here, so we can get that down and snug it up. All right, and tight. And now we can proceed with our flash hider slash muzzle device here. Muzzle brake, I think it's more like what this is. Muzzle brake slash screw and choke. How about that? Alrighty, pull our bolt forward, and we can come back with our receiver. Position it just so that we have everything in line. Front first and back. Hold that down tight. All right. We're going to push our takedown pins back down in place. And last but not least, we're going to reinsert our charging handle. And in this case, you got to keep in mind too that this only fits one direction. I'll say because it has a detent, again, a pocket milled or drilled into the bolt handle here. That pocket has to intersect with the detent ball that's on your bolt. Otherwise, it'll fall out, or you won't get all the way in anyways. Pop that in, you hear it snap, and you're good to go. Okay. And now the gun is ready for function again. All right. So there we go. Now let's stick a magazine in it and see what happens here. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all, as I was about to put this back in the box actually and get ready to go here, I realized I forgot to mention the forward grip we talked about early on, and I was fumbling with trying to get the bipod out of it, and I just realized there's a cotton picking button right here. You just push that button and the thing folds down. Isn't that cool? So anyway, I want to add that in for you. And also, if you've noticed, some of you may have noticed if you've been watching for a little while, that we have plywood tops on top of our display cases right now. That's because we had 8 butt heads come in here that broke into the store a while back and destroyed a bunch of glass in the storefront. They destroyed our glass countertops, and we've not been able to replace this with glass yet. So right now we're using plywood. Now it may end up just daggone leaving it like that. Anyways, that's it from Maverick Gun Works. Thanks for watching us.